All right, back live. This is Anthony DeSanto bringing you this broadcast. Thank you for being with us. We're live in Aguadilla. Pitcher on the mound, Nick Fasthorse. Nick Fasthorse for Conquistadores, going against a dangerous team, Tainos team. Tainos are the home team. It's the bottom of the first inning. No score so far. This is going to be a very, very well-played and close game. These are the two best teams in the PRIBL, though the Pelicanos dominated the Peregrinos earlier today. 13 or 12 to 3, I think it was. 13 to 3 maybe. But either way, they dominated. Here's the first pitch from Fasthorse. Deals a ball. Fouled it straight back, the dangerous Malachi Lyon. As Lyon bats, the defense behind him is a good one for Conquistadores. Braden Kaler doing the catching. Slams it down the line, just foul. Jumping all over that one, but hammered it foul, did Malachi Lyon. The center fielder, the speedster Lyon, has had a fantastic PRIBL, dangerous hitter. This whole team is fantastic for Team Tainos. Here's the pitch. Caught on and missed. Big out right there. Anything you can do, I can do better. Nick Fasthorse gets the first strikeout. So 1 out. Dangerous Lyon is out on strikes. Darren Rosenberg struck out the side of Cortez, Kaler, and Anderson. And now Fasthorse trying to do the same thing as he strikes out the leadoff hitter, Lyon. Ortega. Ortega, the batter now. Kurt Ortega, the catcher, who's had a nice PRIBL as well, takes a strike on the outside corner. Fasthorse kicks, fires, and deals. Slammed into deep left field. Left fielder going back and catches it with two hands. Ortega gave it a ride. That's some good hitting by Ortega. Left fielder doing a great job getting that ball. Second out of the inning, bottom of the first inning. 2 outs. Brian Calderon, the shortstop for Team Tainos, bats with nobody on base. 2 outs. Thank you so much for being with us on this broadcast playoff baseball, bringing you drills him in the back. So now that's our first base runner. Getting to first the hard way, sends up the dangerous, ice in his veins, Nat Greenslet. He's been a star in the PRIBL with so many of these players, and Greenslet has been absolutely in the middle of all the action for Team Tainos. Tainos are loaded, and Greenslet is one of the stars on the team. Bats fourth, plays third base today. Had a game-winning hit earlier in the season, just a fantastic hitter and a great approach, all-around baseball player, Nat Greenslet. Fouls that one out of play. Ball comes back in. Thank you so much for being a part of this broadcast. We appreciate everybody out there, whoever's listening. Thank you so much for paying attention to everything. There's 2 outs. Runner on base is Calderon. He got hit by a pitch. Nick Fasthorse steps off. Almost balked there, but he steps off. He kind of stutter-stepped on his step-off. This is playoff baseball in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, bringing you this live broadcast. This is my second year with the PRIBL. Nat Greenslet, the batter, takes outside. Big Tate Riley on deck. If Greenslet can get aboard, there's 2 outs. Calderon on first base, got on first base the hard way. He got drilled in the back by Fasthorse. There's 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning, no score. There goes the runner. Slammed into just foul Wow, he turned on that one. That would have been a run for sure if that was fair. Wow. So, a loud strike from Nat Greenslet. Buyer beware. Be careful when you go in there. There goes the runner again, taken down in the dirt, stolen base. Calderon in scoring position with 2 outs. No score, 2 outs, 2-2 the count. Nat Greenslet, the cleanup hitter, looking to get a 2-out base hit. Runner in scoring position, Calderon takes his lead. Just misses outside, good pitch from Fast Horse, just missed. Full count to Nat Greenslet now. Conquistadores went down 1-2-3. Darren Rosenberg struck out the side. Now waiting for his teammates to get an RBI or score the first run here. Taps it in front of the plate and to the first baseman. Oh, what a good play. Excellent defensive play. Fast Horse doing it himself, taking care of business. With 2 outs, he gets the 3rd out and ends the threat. Greenslet is retired. That's a 1-3 putout. Good play by Fast Horse. Super athletic on the mound. Don't say pitchers aren't athletes. Nick Fast Horse is an athlete. So that does it. Turned aside. Team Tainos failed to score in the first inning. We're coming to you live in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, part of the PRIBL. This is Anthony DeSanto bringing you this broadcast. Hope you're enjoying wherever you're listening. Thank you so much for being in attendance and being alongside me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back live in Aguadilla. We're having some technical difficulties. We lost internet, but we're still broadcasting this, and this game will be uploaded later. Thank you for being with us regardless. Bringing you the live broadcast with pictures and video of beautiful Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. On the mound again for his second inning, Darren Rosenberg was dominant as that ball is slapped, going foul, and out of the reach of the first baseman. Tate Riley gave it a look. A lot of foul territory in the stadium, Luis Marquez Stadium in Puerto Rico. This is Anthony DeSanto bringing you this live broadcast, the PRIBL Puerto Rican International Baseball League playoffs. Darren Rosenberg struck out the side, deals with Braylon Reynolds. Braylon Reynolds comes up empty, 0-2 now. Rosenberg is looking really, really sharp. With 2 strikes, Reynolds cuts on and missed. Another strikeout. He struck out the first 4 batters of the game. The first 4 batters of the game have been struck out by Darren Rosenberg. This is going to be a pitcher's duel today, I have a feeling. Jehoshua Smart, the batter. He needs to do a better job, does Smart, of staying balanced. Sometimes he has the happy feet. Keep your feet quiet. carves that one foul. The first base dugout of Conquistadores, his teammates go scrambling out of the way. Takes a strike right down the middle. He was fooled on that pitch. Darren Rosenberg is dealing. He is in the driver's seat. He is looking really, really sharp. Just misses. Good pitch right there. It's an excellent two-strike pitch. Now 2-2 the count, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Rosenberg. Or from Rosenberg. Here's the 2-2. Foul tips it in and out of the mitt, off the mitt of the catcher Ortega. Darren Rosenberg has struck out the first 4 batters of the game for Conquistadores. Joe, that was close. He checks his swing, does Jehoshua Smart. Jehoshua Smart, the left fielder, bats 5th for Conquistadores. They're the away team. Right down the middle, he takes it. The first 5 batters of the game, Darren Rosenberg is putting them up and putting them down. He is dealing. This has been the best pitching performance I've seen so far in the PRIBL. Darren Rosenberg put a star on this kid. Alejandro Amenziquat, Amezquita. Yeah, that's what I said. Alejandro Amezquita, the batter. He bats with nobody on base. 1 ball and no strike. A rare ball thrown by Darren Rosenberg. Kicks, fires, and deals. Beautiful mechanics. 2-0 now. If he strikes out the first 6 batters of the game, I'm going to buy this kid a Coke. He's going to have to come back in this at-bat. 3-0 to Alejandro Amezquita. Stay right there, young man, right down the middle. Alejandro, the batter. Darren Rosenberg has struck out the first 5 batters in a row. Just misses. Darren Rosenberg finally allows a runner on base. Amezquita walks. He's the runner on first base. 2 outs. Setting up Jaziel Baez, the right fielder, batting 7th for Conquistadores. Conquistadores have a base runner. Darren Rosenberg, 2 outs, has struck out 5 batters in the game. Good pitch right there to Baez. Takes a strike. This is the playoff atmosphere I was hoping for between these 2 teams, Conquistadores and Tainos. Tainos are the home team. Another strike from Rosenberg. 1 strike away from striking out the side. He struck out the side in the first and about to strike out possibly the side in the second. Here's the pitch. He does it. Baez frozen. Nothing he can do. Nobody can take care of this Rosenberg. He is dealing. Kid is on the top of his game. This is playoff baseball in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. No score. Going to the bottom of the second inning. Team Tainos, the home team, looked fantastic as Conquistadores failed to score in the second against Rosenberg, who's on fire. 6 strikeouts for him. Back here live, this is Anthony DeSanto bringing you the broadcast. Nick Fast Horse back on the mound for his second inning of work. No score, nobody on base. Leading off, taking a strike, is Tate Riley, the first baseman. Riley leading things off in the bottom of the second inning. Team Tainos are the home team. No score in this game. Is this jersey for me? The first inning, Tainos didn't score. They had a runner on first base when Greenslet hit a hard ground ball to the pitcher. Fast Horse, who made a great play on it, comes up empty on the big swing and a miss. A little overmatched on that pitch right there. Good job from Fast Horse. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 strikes, the batter. Tate Riley takes it outside. Bottom of the second inning, no score, nobody out. As Riley leads things off, we just saw Darren Rosenberg, the pitcher for his team Tainos, dominate Conquistadores. That ball slammed into left center field, in between left and right. Left fielder ranges over to his left. Smart picks it off. He's there. Good play by the left fielder, Jehoshua Smart. 1 out, retiring Riley. I don't want to say it, but nobody's reached base via the hit. So Rosenberg dealing, Fast Horse throwing the ball really well as he tangles with the left-handed hitter Caleb Carey, taking a ball. Fast Horse pitching in the playoffs for Conquistadores with 1 out, nobody on base. Caleb Carey takes a ball. This is Anthony DeSanto bringing you this live broadcast. Thank you for being a part of this broadcast and being with us. Hope you're enjoying wherever you're listening from. Nick Fast Horse on the mound in this playoff game. Bottom of the second inning. Comes set, gets ready to deal to Caleb Carey. Here's the pitch from Fast Horse. Taken down low now. Let's see how Fast Horse attacks Carey. Down on the count is Fast Horse. Here's the pitch, and he loses him. Second base runner for Team Tainos. Calderon was hit by a pitch. He stole second base in the first inning. Now Carey walks. Ashton Weathersby steps in, number 15 for Team Tainos. Weathersby, the 7-hitter, second baseman for Team Tainos. This is a playoff game. We're in the playoffs here in Aguadilla. Kaler, the catcher, wanted to throw down at first base but doesn't. He held it. Let's see how Weathersby does against Fast Horse. This is a good at-bat in the game early on. There goes the runner. Throw down is not in time. It gets all the way to the center fielder, Anderson. Shaky defense by the middle infield. Stolen base for Carey. Now it's getting a little more dicey. 2-0 to Weathersby. Carey stole second base. He's in scoring position in the bottom of the second inning. 1 out. Ashton Weathersby bats against Fast Horse. Here's the pitch. Almost hit him, but stayed inside. 3-0 now. Fast Horse in trouble. He needs to settle himself down and get back in this at-bat. He walked Carey after he retired Riley. Walked Carey, and now Weathersby squares to bunt. Takes a strike. The defense looked a little confused. 3-1's the count to Ashton Weathersby, the 7-hitter. The infield goes back. The corners are kind of in. Third baseman's in. Aiden Skipper joined us in the press box, said hi. Had a really nice day at the plate, did Aiden Skipper. That's fouled out of play. That's a free baseball. Oh, on the bounce. Give that fan a contract. And he throws it against the screen and over the screen. What a nice play by that gentleman right there. He plays better defense than I do. Back to the action. Weathersby, the batter, with the runner in scoring position on second base. Early in the game, bottom of the second inning, 1 out. Ashton Weathersby, the batter. Carey, the runner on second base, goes down on strikes, the second strikeout for Fast Horse. Fast Horse gets a huge out right there. The strikeout of Weathersby now tangles with Dominic Masso with 2 outs. It's going to take a big hit from Masso to get the first run in. Adrian Rodriguez, the designated hitter, bats ninth. He's on deck if Masso can reach. They throw behind the runner. Good pick play. They had confusion from the short to the second to short, and they tried the pickoff play to the second baseman. Made a good play and a good tag there, but safe. Carey takes his lead again. Fast Horse gets the sign. Comes set. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Kaler. Big at bat in the game. Head coach going over to talk to his player, Dominic Masso, the eighth place hitter. There's 2 outs. Riley hit a nice line drive to the left fielder. He was retired. Caleb Carey walked, then stole second. Ashton Weathersby struck out. And Dominic Masso, the batter here. That's how we got here in the bottom of the second inning. No score, 2 outs. Runner in scoring position. Nick Fasthorse, the pitcher on the mound. In the second inning with 2 outs. Showing bunt. And there goes the runner. There's nobody covering. That was a designed stolen base. 2-0 now. 90 feet away. Dangerous situation. Dominic Masso finds himself with a runner 90 feet away on third base. Caleb Carey takes the strike. Good pitch right there. That's the second stolen base from Carey. He's got 2 stolen bases. That's what walks can do. They tend to score. That's popped up. Foul territory. Tons of room. Kaler's under it. Just out of the reach. Had a beat on it, but couldn't snag it. So we'll do it again. 2 strikes now on Masso. Nick Fasthorse goes back to the mound. Dominic Masso with a 2-2 count will bat. This is a huge situation already in the second inning. No score, 2 outs, runner on third. That's Caleb Carey. Dancing down the line at third base. He is quick. Here's the pitch, the 2-2. Oh, they might have had a play, but he didn't want to throw it. Dancing down the third base line was Caleb Carey. Dangerous play. The last thing you want to do is get picked off and make the third out at third base. Am I right, Luca? Luca agrees. What a guy. Luca Morales taps it. Foul. Just got a piece of it. Masso got jammed on that pitch from Fasthorse. Fasthorse is bending a little bit. Last thing you want to do is give up a 2-out hit to the 8-hitter with 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Fasthorse. Taken just low. That's 4. So 2 walks in the inning. Now the 9-hitter. Not sure why he's batting ninth, but he's batting ninth. Adrian Rodriguez. I know now why he's batting ninth. Adrian Rodriguez, one of the stars of the PRIBL. Fantastic bat-to-ball skills. One of the best defenders in the PRIBL, no matter where you put him. He's the DH, batting ninth, Adrian Rodriguez. The entire Conquistadores team comes on the mound. How about that? Okay, so let's do a little dance. There we go. All right, so we're back in business here. I love baseball. Hope you love baseball. Adrian Rodriguez bats. He gives the catcher and the home plate umpires some knuckles and dabs them up, and we're back in business here. Luca Morales in the press box with us. Nick Fasthorse on the mound. There goes the runner from first. Blocked in the dirt. Okay, dangerous situation. Malachi Lyon looming on deck. If Adrian Rodriguez can get aboard, Malachi Lyon would bat with the bases loaded possibly. Adrian Rodriguez bats with runners on second and third, Carey and Masso. Here's the pitch. Taken again low. Adrian Rodriguez, patient hitter. He's without a doubt one of the most exciting players in the PRIBL. Nothing but positive things to say about Rodriguez. Here's the pitch from Fasthorse as he comes set. Checks the runners on second and third. Kicks, fires, and deals. Again low. So he's lost his release point, trying to get himself back in business and rhythm. Fasthorse is bending and almost at his breaking point. 3-0 to the dangerous Aiden Rodriguez. There goes to the backstop. A run's going to come in and score. There's the first run. And Rodriguez is rounding second. He's going to second base. And he's going to get there. Man, he is heads up. He's got the IQ like nobody's business. Adrian Rodriguez. Adrian. Man, I don't know how they say it, but he can play some baseball. A-Rod. He's the real A-Rod. Baseball IQ off the wazoo. So he walks. Heads up play, catching the defense and napping. Getting himself into scoring position. One run is in. 1-0 the score. 1-0 the score. Scoring the first run of the game in the bottom of the second inning. Malachi Lyon. This game can get out of reach if Lyon gets a hold of one here. Dancing from third. He is all out of sorts. Nick Fasthorse is losing it. He needs to settle down. Conquistadores backs against the wall in this first playoff game. Bottom of the second inning. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Caught on and missed. He struck out Lyon in his first at-bat. Looking to do the same thing here. This is another big at-bat. 1 run is in. 1-0 is the score. Rodriguez, the runner on second base, he walked. Masso, the runner on third, he walked. Here's the pitch. Hammered to the second baseman. Under the legs, through the legs. 1 run will score. Here comes Rodriguez, the second run. That's the third run of the inning. 2 runs score on the air by the second baseman. Can't have that. So 3-0 the score. 3 runs are in the bottom of the second inning, scoring 3 times. So Lyon reaches base on the air by the second baseman. Kurt Ortega coming up with the runner on first base. He hit the ball really well in his first at-bat. Here's his second at-bat as he takes a ball down low. This is the playoffs in the PRIBL. There's 2 outs. 3-0 is the score. 3 runs scored in the second inning. We're in the bottom of the second inning with 2 outs. Runner on first base. Ortega takes in. Ortega is a confident hitter. as he bats now with a 2-0 count. Nick Fasthorse, the pitcher on the mound for Conquistadores, is searching, to say the least. But he got hurt by his infield defense at second base. The second baseman, Theodoros, let the ball go through his legs, under his glove, allowing 2 runs to score. You can't have that in the playoffs. Huge error. But again, you get into trouble when you walk batters. You cannot walk batters. Pitcher's coach's nightmare. There goes the runner from first base. He's going to get there on the stolen base. Ortega walks, so Lyon gets a stolen base. He's in scoring position. Ortega walked in his second at-bat. Calderon to the plate, the 3-hitter. Ortega just walked. Runners on first and second, Lyon on second, the lead runner. Ortega comes off for the pinch runner. Ortega is the catcher. Brian Calderon, the 8th batter to bat in the inning. Runners on first and second. So we're back in live action. Brian Calderon, the dangerous Brian Calderon, bats with 2 outs. Hammers it into the ground. The shortstop has to run in, charges it nicely, throws to first base, and he gets him. That stops the scoring, and Tainos are done in the bottom of the second inning. They do score 3 times. They leave 2 base runners on the bases. Conquistadores down by 3, going into the 3rd inning. Stick with us. This is playoff baseball in the PRIBL. Conquistadores need to score. Darren Rosenberg on the mound is dealing against them, so good luck to any hitter against Darren Rosenberg and Team Tainos as we come back to live action. We'll take a break. This is Anthony DeSanto with the playoff baseball in the PRIBL on this Thursday afternoon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Darren Rosenberg back on the mound. And if you are just joining us, Darren Rosenberg has struck out 6 batters. He struck out the side in the first, he struck out the side in the second, and he now pitches in the 3rd inning to Hayden Bledsoe. Bledsoe, the 8-hitter, followed by Theodoros, Metrizikos, the ninth batter in the lineup for Conquistadores, down 3-0. Three runs scored in the bottom of the second inning for Tainos. And with Darren Rosenberg on the mound, it looks like it's 10-0. Rosenberg has thrown the ball extremely well. Takes a strike. Good fastball from Rosenberg. This is a good college wooden bat league here in the PRIBL. Good baseball. Takes another strike. Rosenberg is hitting all his spots and corners and picking off these Conquistadores one at a time. Just misses right there. Walked Bledsoe, the second runner, to reach via the walk. He hasn't given up a hit or any type of hard contact. So with a runner on first base, Bledsoe walking, Theodoros Metrizikos bats. Takes outside from Rosenberg. Rosenberg's been electric. So Rosenberg now good pitch right there with his off speed, freezes Theodoros. 3-0. The 9-hitter takes up high. Hayden Bledsoe walked. He's on first base. This is a playoff game, 3-0 the score. We're in the top of the third inning. Conquistadores haven't scored against Rosenberg, taking another strike, overpowering, overmatching some of these hitters. With 2 strikes, here's the pitch. He locked him up. Another strikeout. Buenas noches. Darren Rosenberg is dealing. Seventh strikeout, bringing up Joel Cortez, the top of the order leadoff hitter. Joel Cortez, he struck out like almost everybody else, leading off the game with a strikeout. Just out of the reach of the first baseman. Slapped it, tried to go the other way. Riley, the first baseman for Team Tainos. They have the lead 3-0. They're in the top of the third inning. Right fielder Caleb Carey gets back to his right field position after retrieving that foul ball. Comes set, Rosenberg, who stays inside high and tight. Rosenberg has had really nice control of all his pitches today. He's been extremely exciting to watch. 7 strikeouts, 2 walks so far, no hits. Slapped again, foul and out of play. 2 strikes, he's in danger of being the 8th batter to strike out against him. We're only in the top of the third inning. 7 strikeouts for Darren Rosenberg. The leadoff hitter, Joel Cortez, bats with a runner on first. That's Bledsoe. Cut on and missed into the catcher's mitt of Ortega. Held on by the catcher. 2 outs, another strikeout. This is becoming comical now. Rosenberg is dealing, and I mean dealing. This is the most dominant performance I've seen in the PRIBL. On the mound, Darren Rosenberg. Looks like a giant to all these hitters. Braden Kaler batting now. He also struck out. They do have a runner on first base. Bledsoe takes his lead. Kaler takes just off the plate for a ball. Here's the pitch from Rosenberg. Man, he picking off those corners. Inside, outside, it doesn't matter. Braden Kaler's had a really nice PRIBL in a battle here. Hey, he gets plunked. So 2 runners now in a tough spot. Setting up the left-handed Connor Anderson. Anderson has had a really nice PRIBL. The second time sees Rosenberg for the second time. This is his second at-bat. He struck out in his first at-bat. There's 1 out. Takes high. Runners on first and second. He still hasn't given up a hit. He walked Bledsoe to lead things off. He struck out Theodoros. And he struck out. Oh, there's 2 outs, sorry. Two outs. Connor Anderson bats. This is the best scoring opportunity for Conquistadores in the top of the 3rd inning. 2 outs. Bledsoe on second. Pinch runner on first base. Braden Kaler, the catcher, gave way to the pinch runner. I think that's Cortez. Yep, that's Joel Cortez running for Kaler, who got hit with the pitch. He's the catcher. So with the speed-up rule in effect, Connor Anderson bats. 3-1 count. This is a big pitch upcoming in the top of the 3rd inning. Connor Anderson needs to come through. Takes a strike just on the outside of the corner. Gets the call. Good pitch right there. Ice in his veins. Darren Rosenberg. Looking for his 9th strikeout. Top of the 3rd inning. 2 outs. There go the runners. Slapped to the shortstop. Right there for him. Good play by the shortstop, Calderon. Going back and reaching up to catch that one. No score. They leave 2 runners on. Good 3 full innings of work for Darren Rosenberg. Still hasn't given up a hit. 8 strikeouts for him. And Tainos with a lead come to bat in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We'll be back momentarily as we take a break from Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. This is Anthony DeSanto saying stick around. We'll be back with more playoff action between Team Tainos and Conquistadores. All right, this is Anthony DeSanto back live in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. Thank you for being with us. This is playoff baseball in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, part of the PRIBL. This is the playoffs. A couple days left. Very bittersweet as we have to leave Puerto Rico. I hate it. That ball slammed down the line off the third baseman's glove. And he's on his way to second. He's going to make it to second base. So Greenslet is aboard. I'm going to give him a hit right there. That would have been a tough play for the third baseman going to his right. Greenslet can fly, getting himself into scoring position already with nobody out. Brings up the 5-hitter, Tate Riley. Big Tate Riley, the first baseman, is a dangerous hitter like a lot of these Tainos team. Goes the other way with it, off the glove of the second baseman. And he throws it into the infield. Good play by the first baseman, Reynolds, to corral that one. Error on the second baseman. So now runners on first and third, nobody out. Caleb Carey bats on the left side. If he can pull one down the line, that would be huge for Team Tainos right here, who are threatening with nobody out. This game is hanging on the balance. Runners on first and third. Dangerous Carey bats from the left side. Let's see how they play him and what Fast Horse can do. On for the third inning of work. Here's the pitch. Just outside to Carey. This is playoff baseball, so the nerves are high, the intensity is high, and the consequences are just as high. Runners on first and third. Good block by Kaler. Does a good job keeping that ball in front of him. Caleb Carey walked and stole 2 bases in his first at-bat. Runners on first and third take their leads. There's nobody out. Walks again. So bases are loaded. Things are getting dicey here in Aguadilla between Conquistadores and Tainos. That's going to be it. They're going to the bullpen in the third inning. So we'll have a new pitcher. Bases are loaded. We'll be back momentarily. Stick with us as things are getting dicey quick. Ashton Weathersby is coming to bat. New pitcher, and we'll mention him when we come back. Bases loaded. 3-0 the score in the bottom of the third inning. Tainos are threatening. We'll be back. Well, we're back. Bases loaded. New pitcher on the mound, Clayton Blummel. Finished with his warm-up tosses. Came into the fire. Infield is coming in. Ashton Weathersby bats. Throws his first pitch just inside. They didn't want to use Blummel so early, but they had to. Defense is failing for Conquistadores. Hammers that ball deep and foul. So just a strike. Conquistadores are in trouble. They have Clayton Blummel on the mound early in the third inning. There's nobody out. Bases loaded. Infield is in. Good pitch right there. That's the one. That's his bread and butter. Blummel has done a nice job in the PRIBL on the mound. He's one of the better pitchers. I like to watch him pitch. It just blurry. Sorry for the blurry. It's the wind. It's out there in center field. That ball is popped up in the infield. Shortstop makes a great play right there coming in. What they possibly could have done was let that ball drop, and that would have been an easy triple play, but they called the infield fly. That's why the infield fly rule is in effect. So Weathersby is retired for the first out. 1 out, bases still loaded. No score in the third inning. They scored all their runs in the second inning. 3-0 is the score. Tainos is up, and they're looking for some more, threatening big time. Dominic Masso walked in his first at-bat. He's the batter with the base loaded. Corners are in. Comes up empty on the big swing. Long swing from Masso there. Fooled on the pitch. Good pitch from Clayton Blummel, the new pitcher in the game. In the bottom of the third inning. Team Tainos threatening for some more. They're up by 3. Good pitch right to the third baseman. Oh, made a mistake there. Run scores. He stepped on third. He should have came home with it. But he gets the out at third, so 2 outs now. Another run scores, 4-0. He was in between himself, even though he was in. Ball hit right to him. He thought about throwing home, but he stepped on the bag instead. 2 outs, Rodriguez pops it up in the infield. Shortstop, third baseman come together. Somebody called it, and the ball drops. So error. No error on the play. That's just a base hit. Nobody touched it. It's a mental mistake, but we got to give him a hit there. Adrian Rodriguez. Not sure why the runners weren't running with 2 outs. That's a base running mistake by the offense. There's 2 outs. So with 2 outs, the leadoff hitter Malachi Lyon steps in, tightening his batting gloves. Bases are loaded. I'm going to give Adrian Rodriguez a base hit there. It pains me, but base hit nonetheless. 2 outs, bases loaded. Blummel misfires there. Lost his release point. Tries to regain himself here. 2 outs, bases loaded. 1 run is in, 4-0 the score. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Clayton Blummel to Malachi Lyon. Here's the pitch. Right back up the middle and through. 1 run will score. They're going to send Masso. The throw comes in. We got a play at third base. Safe. Couldn't handle the throw. That was a tough play. So runners now on second and third. 2 runs score. Six to zero. Conquistadores playing some shaky defense here. Kurt Ortega takes the ball inside. Ortega walked in his last at-bat. He flew to left field in his first at-bat. Malachi Lyon with the big 2-out RBI 2-run single is now on second base. He came to second on the throw, so he got credited for a 2-out 2-run single. Is on second. Takes a strike. Good pitch right there from Blummel. When he has control of that pitch, he is very dangerous. So good pitch right there. 6-0. 6-0 the score. 3 runs are in this inning as that ball is out of play, foul, right back over our heads. The head coach talking to him. Oh, he slams it up the middle, right to the shortstop and off the glove of the shortstop. 1 run is in. Here comes the trail runner, Lyon. He's going to score the 5th run of the inning. 5 runs are in. 8-0 now. 8-0 now. Clayton Blummel on the mound for his Conquistadores. Error by the shortstop. To get that ball into the outfield, Ortega hit the ball well. Going to his left, the shortstop. Couldn't make the play off his glove. Calderon bats, takes a strike. Blummel still on the mound. Runner on first base. Throw down from the catcher. Safe. Diving back safely. Good pitch right there from Blummel. Had him off balance. With 2 outs, Brian Calderon, the 3-hitter, shortstop, bats with the runner on first base. Blummel checks him. Here's the pitch from Blummel, just taken down low. There's some action in the Conquistadores bullpen. That ball is fouled. Heads up, everybody. I think that's Carlos Martinez in the bullpen. Big Carlos. Blummel on the mound. Early in the 3rd inning, he had to come in. He came in with the bases loaded. They've all since scored. 5 runs are in. That ball bounces into the catcher, picks it up and throws down to second base. Going to be a close play, but he's safe. Eight nothing the score. Runner on second base. Comes up empty on the big swing. That does it. 5 runs score. 8-0 after 3 full innings. 8-0. With Darren Rosenberg on the mound, that seems like 20-0. He's been dominant on the mound, and he comes back out there. Takes the slow walk to the pitcher's mound for the 4th inning. Let's see if Conquistadores can chip away at the lead. 8-0. We'll be back momentarily in the playoffs here in the PRIBL. Back here live in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. Thank you for being a part of this broadcast and this playoff baseball. It's coming to you live, 8-0 the score. Team Tainos back on the mound, Darren Rosenberg. He had to sit on the bench for a long time, so let's see how he responds. Coming back here in the top of the fourth inning with his team Tainos up 8-0. Braylon Reynolds takes that one inside, fouls that one off his back. Braylon Reynolds struck out in his first at-bat. Here's his second at-bat. Hits that one foul and out of play. Riley giving chase, but will run out of room. Eight strikeouts for big Darren Rosenberg, the big right-hander. Coming back out for his fourth inning of work in the PRIBL playoffs. Popped up in the infield. I think he might have broke his bat. Oh, watch out. Darren Rosenberg retires the leadoff hitter. So Reynolds is retired. Don't tell me pitchers aren't athletes. His teammates check in on him as he tripped briefly, might have twisted himself up there, but he caught the ball. Jehoshua Smart batting now. He struck out in his first at-bat with one out. Darren Rosenberg back on the mound, settles himself in. We saw Rosenberg strike out the side in the first and in the second. Out in front of that one. A little off balance swing. He tips it foul. Thank you for joining us and being a part of the broadcast. Wherever you're listening and following from, this is the playoffs here. That one sailed high and stayed high. Rosenberg had to sit for a long bottom of the third inning as his team scored 5 runs. That ball's hammered into center field, deep center field. That's taking the center fielder back. He dives, can't come up with it. Smart on his way to second base, and it will arrive safely with the double. Lyon gave that a big effort right there, diving to his left as that ball was hit into right center field. Chased that one down, he got there, left his feet, but couldn't come up with it. Hit off his glove. So the first hit of the game is a double for Conquistadores. That's the first hit that Rosenberg has left. Runner in scoring position now in the fourth inning for the second time. Ooh, tried the pickoff, but nobody was there. The middle infielders were like, I don't think so. You, me. Nope. So he gets back to second base safely. Alejandro Amaziqua. Amezquita, the batter. This is a big at-bat. Oh, good pitch. Snaps right in there. Good tilt and movement. Had everybody fooled. But not the umpire as he called it a strike. Here's the pitch. Again, a good pitch. Smart takes up. It hit him. He's out. He is out. Dead ball. The umpires come together. Well, I thought that hit the runner, and if it did, that's a live ball. He'd be out. Yep, they call him out. So no run scores. 2 outs. No run scores. Amezquita, the runner now on first base. So the umpires confirm, come together. The runner is out. Smart is out. No run scores. 2 outs. Janziel Baez now bats with 2 outs. Takes high. Throw down is wide, stolen base. So Mezquita has got some wheels. How about that, Alejandro? Give that kid a stolen base. Janziel Baez struck out earlier in his first at-bat. Comes up empty, way behind the fastball there. Throws that to the fans, whatever that was. That's a souvenir now. Put a 10 over the circus, am I right? 0-2 to Baez with a runner in scoring position. 8-0 the score. Oh, Alejandro. Whoa, he bunts. That was, wow. Oh, we got a play at the plate. Diving and tagging the runner out at home plate. Alejandro risked it to get the biscuit, but he is tagged out at the plate. Wow, down 8 runs. They tried to score the run, but Ortega gets the runner right there. Alejandro Mezquita is tagged out at the plate. You don't see that often. Wow. So we'll be back to unpack that one as we come back. Stick with us. 8-0 the score. 2 crazy plays in the top of the 4th inning, but we'll be back. 8-0 the score. All right, ladies and gentlemen, back here live in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, part of the PRIBL playoffs, Puerto Rican International Baseball League. This is my 2nd year with the program. Excellent baseball. Fantastic defensive plays by Tainos. They're up 8-0 as the dangerous Nat Greenslet bats. He's 1 for 2 so far. He got a base hit in his last at-bat. Sorry for the blurry camera image. It's a little blurry from the camera out there in center field. Kurt Ortega made a fantastic play to end the inning. That ball is driven down the line to right field. Deep fly ball. That's going to land and go all the way to the wall in the corner. On his way to third base as he turns the corner. Standing up, Nat Greenslet. Triple to lead things off against Blummel. He gave that one a ride. I thought it was going to land foul, but it's a fair ball. Nat Greenslet with the triple. He's got a single and now a triple. Nat Greenslet stands 90 feet away. He's on third base. And the hits just keep on coming for Team Tainos. 8-0 the score. Tate Riley bats with the runner on third base. The infield comes in. Down 8-0. They can't afford any more runs to score. Clayton Blummel, the pitcher, takes a strike. Oh, watch out. It's coming back, and it came almost all the way back onto the field as it bounced. Click-clack, tick-tock, you don't stop. Runner on third base, Tate Riley bats, 8-0 the score. Bends in for a strike three. Good pitch right there from Blummel. That was the pitch that he's been trying to get, and he got the call right there. Riley retired. Caleb Carey bats with one out. Bases. Our runner on third base are the bases. Infield is in. Takes a strike down the middle, Caleb Carey. 8-0, one out, runner on third base. Here's the pitch from Blummel. Good pitch again. If Conquistadores played a little better defense, the score would not be so high, but nonetheless, it's 8-0. Blummel on the mound, comes up empty. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Takes care of Caleb Carey. That's the way to attack. He gave up a triple to lead things off to Greenslet, and then Riley struck out and Carey struck out. Ashton Weathersby bats with a runner on third base with two outs. Slaps it to the shortstop, shallow, and he makes the catch. So they do not score in the fourth inning. The score is 8-0. After 4 full innings, Team Tainos have the lead, 8-0. Conquistadores coming to bat. We'll see if they can score some runs. They tried last inning, but good defense by Tainos turned them away. We'll be back with the top of the fifth inning. Conquistadores coming to bat, 8-0 the score in the PRIBL playoffs. This is Anthony DeSanto saying stick with us and stay with us. Back in business here, 8-0 the score. Anthony DeSanto bringing you this live broadcast here. Hayden Bledsoe bats. Bledsoe walked. Comes up empty on the first pitch. Back on the mound. Darren Rosenberg has thrown 4 shutout innings. He's only given up 1 hit so far in his 4 innings of work. Goes back out on the mound for the 5th. This has been the most dominant performance I've seen in the PRIBL in my 2 weeks here. Takes outside, does Bledsoe. He walked, as we mentioned earlier, in the game. Theodoros Mitrokis is on deck, followed by Joel Cortez, the leadoff hitter, as he comes up empty on that one. This is playoff baseball. We saw the Pelicanos and Peregrinos play in the first game of the morning game. Takes a strike 3 right there down the middle. There's another strikeout for Darren Rosenberg. He has been nearly unhittable. He's only given up 1 hit. He's been K-ing these Conquistadores. Conquistadores have a fantastic team, and he's taking care of them one by one. Theodoros takes a strike down the middle. Theodoros struck out in his first at-bat. 1 of 9 strikeouts. Takes another strike. Takes just up and away. Eight nothing the score. Just down low to even the count, 2-2 now. Darren Rosenberg back on the mound. Has 9 strikeouts. Has made this look pretty easy. Team Tainos have a very good roster. Comes up empty. 10 strikeouts now, Darren Rosenberg. He struck out Bledsoe to start the inning, struck out Theodoros, and now tangles with 2 outs Joel Cortez in the top of the 5th inning. We're in the top of the 5th inning, 8-0 the score. Tainos scored 3 in the bottom of the 2nd and scored 5 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They're the home team, as Conquistadores have failed to score. That ball is out of play. Batting with nobody on base, Joel Cortez takes high. Comes up empty on the swing and a miss. I can see that. And so can you. Policia, policia. Oh, calls time. Steps out. Oh, we're back in sort of focus. That ball, fastball stays wide. So 8-0 the score. Yep, the wind is a factor. Beautiful Aguadilla. Here's the pitch from Rosenberg. Did he go? Yes, he did. That's number 11. 11 strikeouts for Darren Rosenberg, and Team Tainos is rolling. Conquistadores down 8-0 as they come out back on the field, giving their teammates a high five. Darren Rosenberg is a workhorse. 11 strikeouts in 5 innings of work. Team Tainos coming back to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning, up 8-0. We'll be back with you in the PRIBL. This is Anthony DeSanto telling you to hold on for some more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 1
All right, we're back live in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, part of the PRIBL. Thank you for being a part of this live broadcast. 8-0 is the score. Takes up, Blummel back on the mound. Bottom of the fifth inning. Clayton Blummel on the mound, 8-0. This is Dominic Masso. Takes that one inside. Masso walked and scored a run earlier in the game. Takes inside. So he walks, he's aboard. Rodriguez steps in with the runner on first base. Let's see how Blummel attacks Rodriguez. Rodriguez, the ninth place batter. Up 8-0. Checks on the runner. Here comes Blummel to the plate. Fouled right back at the screen. Adrian Rodriguez, the batter. Malachi Lyon on deck, looming. 8-0. They have the lead. Here's the pitch from Blummel. Slapped straight up in the air. Catcher under it. Out is recorded. 1 out. Rodriguez is retired for the first time today. One out. Masso, the runner on first base. Malachi Lyon, the batter. Lyon had an RBI single. Had two RBI single in his last at-bat. He stole a base, so he's had a adventurous day. Almost made it a fantastic play in center field, diving. But it was just out of the reach of Lyon, who plays a fantastic center field. He's a really exciting player. Ortega on deck with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Taken just outside. Good pitch, but couldn't get the call in the corner. Out of play, foul. Buffalo is on that foul ball. All right. The Guatemalan Tiger. The Guatemalan Tiger, Buffalo. Eight nothing the score. 1 out. Masso, the runner on first. Hit right back of the middle, off the pitcher's glove, and rolls into short right field. Second baseman picks it up. So now runners on first and second. Tough play, right off the pitcher's glove, Blummel. And off the second baseman's glove, couldn't make that one, but no advancement by the runners. First and second, Kurt Ortega bats with 1 out. I know Ortega wants to hit the ball hard. Let's see if he can do it here. Just ahead of that one. Just ahead of that one. Big opportunity for Tainos to tack on some more runs. Clayton Blummel backs against the wall. Need to limit the damage here. Let's see if he can get out of it. A ground ball would do it. Middle infielder in double play depth. Good pitch right there. But taken. Good eye by Ortega. Hope you're enjoying your day. Beautiful weather here in Aguadilla. Here's the pitch from Blummel. Slapped into the gap. Right fielder over his head. One run will score on the RBI hit. Ortega turning and going to third. 2 runs will score. Slides in safely. 2-run triple for Kurt Ortega. 10-0 now. 10-0 now. Kurt Ortega, Apo Taco going the other way, all the way to the wall. 2 runs score on the 2-run triple. So good hit for Ortega. That's a big hit. He had a huge RBI double earlier in the PRIBL, and that one was just as big, scoring 2 runs. This is Martinez, Carlos Martinez coming on, and we'll talk about him momentarily. We have a pitching change. Blummel is out with a runner on third base. Brian Calderon coming to bat. We'll be back momentarily. Stick with us. 10-0 the score with 1 out. All right, we're back. Bases loaded. Carlos Martinez, the new pitcher on the mound for Conquistadores. Runner on third. That's Ortega. Ortega on third base. First pitch is in the dirt. Ball 1. There's 1 out. Infield comes in. $10-0 the score. They've scored twice this inning. Threatening for another run. 90 feet away is Ortega. That ball is hammered out of play. Foul. That ball came back onto the field. How about that? You don't see that every day. So the runner's on third base. 1-1 count with 1 out. Carlos Martinez. La Panda on the mound. Comes set with the 1-1. Here it is. Yanked it. Ball 2. 2-1 to Brian Calderon. Nat Greenslet on deck. This Tainos team is dangerous. Carlos Martinez. with the runner on third. Checks him. Here's the pitch. Caught on and missed. Evens things up. Good pitch right there. 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Brian Calderon. Greenslet on deck. Ortega, the owner of a 2-run triple, is on third. Martinez comes set. Here's the pitch. Slapped the other way and through the diving first baseman. Can't come up with it. That ball was a rocket. Run scores. 3rd run of the inning. So now it is 11-0. Bring the score. 11-0. Nat Greenslet, the batter. Tate Riley on deck with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Slap to the shortstop. Makes the play. Over to the first baseman. Double play. Doubles him up. That does it for the inning. So good play by the shortstop. Caught off base was Greenslet. So that's the double play that ends the inning. So Carlos Martinez comes in, gives up an RBI hit, and induces the bang shortstop to first base double play. Good heads-up play by the defense. Caught the offense napping. 11-0 the score. We'll be back for more. That does it for 5 full innings. They score 3 times to bring the score to 11-0. We'll be back in the top of the 6th inning momentarily. And Darren Rosenberg back on the mound. We'll be back momentarily. Stick with us. Back here live, 11-0 is the score. Team Tainos are rolling with Darren Rosenberg back on the mound, going for his 6th inning. First pitch is a strike to Kaler. Braden Kaler, the catcher. He struck out and walked. Was hit by a pitch in both his plate appearances. Takes the ball, evens the count 1-1. Connor Anderson on deck. 11 strikeouts for Darren Rosenberg. Darren Rosenberg has been a highlight in this game. All of Team Tainos, to be honest, have been a highlight in this game. They've scored 11 times. Big hits and big contributions from everyone on the team. The big hit in the last inning was Kurt Ortega's 2-run triple. Takes on the corner for a strike. 2 strikes now to Kaler. This might be the dozen that Rosenberg wants. Just misses right there. Full count now as Kaler waits on the 3-2 from Rosenberg. He comes set and throws just outside. He loses them there with a walk. Pounds his fist into his mitt. Did not want to do that. Up 11-0, walking Kaler. He's only given up the one hit to Smart. Jehoshua Smart had a double. That's been the only hit and blemish for Rosenberg today. 11 strikeouts and a few walks sprinkled in. And one hit for Darren Rosenberg and Team Tainos, who have the lead 11-0 in the 6th inning. Top of the 6th inning. Team Tainos scored 3 in the bottom of the 2nd, 5 in the bottom of the 3rd, and 3 times in the bottom of the 5th inning. That's how they got all their runs. They got their runs in bunches. 3 big innings. A big inning consists of more than 2 runs. Ball is slapped against the fence, foul. Connor Anderson bats. Let's see what he can do here against Rosenberg, who's been dominant today. Kaler, the runner on first, takes his lead, slaps that one to the second baseman, fields it to his side, throws to Rodriguez, and that's all they'll get, but they get the lead runner. So a ground ball out. You want to get the outs. Chase the outs. Don't worry about forcing the play. So the second baseman tosses and flips to Rodriguez to get out Kaler on the force out. Anderson is retired on the fielder's choice. Braylon Reynolds bats with the runner on first. That's Nomas green bat for Braylon Reynolds. As he bats with the runner on first base, that's Anderson. Takes his lead, slaps that one to short. Left field, shortstop, third baseman coming over, and it's Rodriguez. Good pick right there on the backside. Riley scooping that throw in from Rodriguez, who tried to catch the napping Anderson, but Anderson was all over that one, knew what Rodriguez was doing, and scampered back to first base. So he's safe. 2 outs now. Jehoshua Smart, owner of the only hit, a double in his last at-bat as he hammered that ball to right center. Lyon was tracking it and had to leave his feet on the diving attempt, hit off his glove, and that was the only hit as that ball is foul. First base giving a look and running out of room. Tate Riley chasing that one. Tons of foul territory here in Aguadilla. We're live in Aguadilla. This is Anthony DeSanto bringing you this broadcast of the PRIBL. I've been with you for the past week and a half. The ball is slammed into the dirt. Rodriguez fields it over to his left and throws out Smart, and he's retired. That does it for Conquistadores. 11-0 is the score as Conquistadores failed to score again. Rosenberg is dealing 11 strikeouts in his day. 6 full innings of work. Let's see if he goes out for the 7th. Martinez back on the mound, and Conquistadores will be back momentarily. 11-0 the score. Back here live in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, part of the PRIBL playoffs. This is the first playoff game for Conquistadores and Team Tainos. The regular season is over and it's playoff baseball time here in Aguadilla. First pitch from Martinez is a strike. 11-0 the score. Leading off in the bottom of the second inning, 11-0. Team Tainos are rolling. Darren Rosenberg is slicing and dicing the Conquistadores. Carlos Martinez back on the mound. He closed out the last half inning to stop the bleeding in the fifth inning, and he's back out in the sixth inning. Tate Riley, the batter, hits it the other way through the feet of the second baseman. So Riley aboard. Batting now is Caleb Carey. Defense for the Conquistadores has hurt them in this game, to say the least. Carlos Martinez on the mound. Caleb Carey bats from the left side against Martinez, runner on first base. That's Riley. Comes up empty on the big swing. Be on your toes, everybody. Caleb Carey up. 11-0, Team Tainos. Runner on first, Riley. Here's the pitch from Martinez. Skips in, gets the backstop on the wild pitch, getting to second base. Carey waits on Martinez's pitch. Here it is. Hits it right back to him. Good play by Martinez. That's fantastic defense by Carlos Martinez as he freezes the runner and throws out Carey. So he's retired on the 1-3 if you're keeping track at home. Ashton Weathersby steps in now with one out. Good job by Martinez fielding that baseball. PFP, pitcher's fielding practice, paid off for Carlos Martinez and the Conquistadores. Got to be on your toes. This is playoff baseball. Anything can happen. Ooh, I like that angle. Bunts that one. Foul. Yeah, I like that angle. That one's nice. Martinez comes set, runner on second base. Weathersby the batter. Here's the pitch. Good pitch from Martinez. Pouring in that strike. Martinez has been fantastic since coming in. Dominic Masso on deck. Runner in scoring position. Comes up empty. So 2 outs now. 2 outs. Weathersby off balance, swing and a miss. Dominic Masso gets his turn. 2 outs. Masso coming to bat. Adrian Rodriguez, the would-be batter, he's on deck, but there's 2 outs. Riley takes his lead from second. He reached on an error and got to second on the wild pitch. He's in scoring position on second base for Adrian Rodriguez. Adrian Rodriguez takes a strike right there. Good pitch from Martinez. He's been coming in throwing good strikes. Carlos Martinez. Here's the pitch. Cut on and miss. Strike 2. Good pitch. So 11-0 the score. Runner on second base. Bottom of the 6th inning. This is playoff baseball. Carlos Martinez to Dominic Masso. Misses wide. He wanted that one. Misses wide, though. This is Anthony DeSandro bringing you this playoff baseball game. 11-0 the score. Tainos up. Carlos Martinez comes set. Deals to Masso. Oh, he got him looking. Strike 3. Big strikeout. And he is out. 11-0 the score after 6 full innings. This is it. 7th inning. Team Conquistadores get their last crack in the 7th inning. We'll be back live in Aguadilla. We'll be back momentarily as the players come back on the field. Conquistadores coming to bat in the playoffs here in Aguadilla, part of the PRIBL Summer League. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the cusp of a complete game shutout, Darren Rosenberg back on the mound to finish this game off. Conquistadores hanging by a thread, down 11-0. Takes Alejandro Almezquita, the batter, leading things off. Let's see what Alejandro can do here. Caught on and missed. Attacking the fastball. Caught on and missed again. Darren Rosenberg dealing from start to finish. Nobody's in the bullpen behind him, so this game is his with 2 strikes. Mezquita, the batter. So player coach Alejandro Mezquita down on the count here. Fouls that one away. Back and out of play. Heads up, everybody. I'd love to get into this action. Give me an at-bat. Alejandro Mezquita. Janiel goes down swinging. Number 12. He's got the Baker's. He's got the dozen. He's got to get one more for the Baker's dozen. 12 strikeouts. Alejandro goes down. Janziel Baez, 1 out. Bats. Hayden Bledsoe on deck as he hits that one. It's going to be a tough play. Third baseman Calderon gets him out on the great play by the third baseman. Wow, what a good play. So 2 outs, hanging with 1 out. They're down to their last out. Hayden Bledsoe, the last batter for Conquistadores with 2 outs. Nobody on base. 11-0 the score. 11-0. We're in the top of the 7th inning. This is it for Conquistadores. Darren Rosenberg working on a complete game shutout. He's got 12 strikeouts. He's given up 1 hit. Good pitch. He still got it. Man, that off speed is fantastic that he's snapping off. Here it is, last out, 2 outs. He wants to get that 13th Baker's dozen strikeout. Darren Rosenberg has been a highlight in the PRIBL, and this has been his crowning achievement against Conquistadores, shutting them out. That ball is slapped into, oh, what a great play by Weathersby, picking that ball off and completing the complete game shutout. Darren Rosenberg, 12 strikeouts and only giving up 1 hit. Conquistadores lose 11-0. Team Tainos are 1-0 in the playoffs. That does it for the first day of the playoffs. Team Tainos win, and Team Pelicanos won their game against Peregrinos. So, fantastic start to the playoffs. The cream is rising to the top, and we are enjoying playoff baseball in the PRIBL. Hopefully, if you enjoyed the contest, fantastic pitching, excellent hitting by Team Tainos, highlighted by Kurt Ortega, Malachi Lyon, Nat Greenslet, big hits, just fantastic base running by Carey and as well as others. So, 12 strikeouts. The highlight of the day, Darren Rosenberg, complete game shutout. The only hit was a Joshua Smart double. So that does it here for the first day of playoffs. Thank you so much for you watching and paying attention along with me. Hope I haven't bored you too much. This is Anthony DeSanto, live in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, part of the PRIBL, signing off, and we'll be back tomorrow. So be with us tomorrow on the Friday. That does it here. Signing off, put it in the books, 11-0. Tainos win. Bye for now.